In recent years, the manufacturing landscape between the United States and China has become a focal point of political and economic discourse, particularly during Donald Trump's presidency. Historically, the U.S. has relied heavily on China for manufacturing, benefiting from lower production costs and a vast labor force. However, this relationship has been fraught with tension, especially as concerns over job losses and trade imbalances have escalated. Trump's administration took a hardline approach, imposing tariffs and renegotiating trade agreements, aiming to bring manufacturing jobs back to American soil. Understanding this complex issue is crucial, as it not only affects domestic job markets, but also has significant implications for global trade dynamics. The ripple effects of these manufacturing challenges extend beyond borders, influencing economies worldwide. In this video, we will delve into the intricacies of Trump's manufacturing problem, exploring its historical roots, the current state of affairs, and what it means for the future of international trade. Join us as we unpack this critical topic and its far-reaching consequences for both nations and the global economy. Historical context. The manufacturing relationship between China and the United States has evolved significantly over the past few decades, shaped by key events and changing trade policies. In the late 20th century, China's entry into the World Trade Organization in 2001 marked a pivotal moment, opening the floodgates for American companies to outsource production to China, drawn by lower labor costs and increased efficiency. This shift led to a surge in imports from China, but it also sparked concerns about job losses in the U.S. manufacturing sector. Under different administrations, trade policies have fluctuated dramatically. While the Clinton and Bush administrations largely embraced globalization, viewing it as a pathway to economic growth, the Obama administration began to address the growing trade deficit and manufacturing decline. However, it was Trump's presidency that brought manufacturing tensions to the forefront, with aggressive tariffs and a focus on America First policies aimed at revitalizing domestic production. Globalization has played a crucial role in shaping these dynamics, as it has interconnected economies and facilitated the rise of global supply chains. Understanding this historical context is essential to grasp the complexities of current manufacturing relations between the two nations. Trump's trade policies. During his presidency, Donald Trump implemented a series of trade policies aimed at addressing what he perceived as unfair practices by China. One of the most notable actions was the imposition of tariffs on a wide range of Chinese goods, which began in 2018. These tariffs, initially set at 25% on approximately $50 billion worth of imports, were intended to protect American manufacturers by making Chinese products more expensive and encouraging consumers to buy domestically produced items. The goal was to reduce the trade deficit and bring manufacturing jobs back to the U.S. The rationale behind Trump's America First approach was rooted in a desire to prioritize American workers and industries over global trade agreements that he believed disadvantaged the U.S. economy. This strategy resonated with many voters who felt left behind by globalization. However, the immediate impact of these tariffs was mixed. While some American manufacturers experienced a boost in orders, many others faced increased costs for raw materials, which were often sourced from China. Consumers also felt the pinch, as prices for everyday goods rose. This complex interplay of effects highlights the challenges and consequences of Trump's trade policies on both manufacturers and consumers alike. Impact on American manufacturing. Trump's trade policies had a profound impact on various American manufacturing industries, particularly those directly affected by tariffs on Chinese goods. Sectors such as steel, aluminum, and machinery saw significant changes, as tariffs aimed to protect these industries from foreign competition. In some cases, this led to a temporary boost in production and job creation as companies ramped up domestic manufacturing to meet demand. However, the overall picture was more complex. While certain industries benefited, many others faced challenges due to increased costs for raw materials and components sourced from China. This resulted in job losses in sectors reliant on imported goods, creating a mixed landscape of job creation versus job losses within the manufacturing sector. Looking at the long-term implications, Trump's policies raised questions about American competitiveness in a global market. While the intention was to revitalize domestic manufacturing, the reliance on tariffs could lead to retaliatory measures from trading partners, potentially stifling innovation and growth. As companies adapt to these changes, the future of American manufacturing will depend on balancing protectionist measures with the need for global collaboration and competitiveness in an increasingly interconnected economy. China's response. In reaction to Trump's manufacturing policies, China implemented a series of counter-tariffs aimed at American goods, targeting key exports such as agricultural products, automobiles, and machinery. These tariffs not only impacted American farmers and manufacturers, but also created a ripple effect in the U.S. economy, leading to decreased sales and market uncertainty. The retaliatory measures were designed to pressure the Trump administration while showcasing China's resolve in the trade war. Simultaneously, China sought to bolster its own manufacturing sector through various strategies. The government increased investments in technology and innovation, aiming to reduce reliance on foreign imports and enhance domestic production capabilities. Initiatives like Made in China 2025 were launched to promote high-tech industries and elevate China's position in the global supply chain. The geopolitical implications of the trade war were significant, as it strained U.S. China relations and heightened tensions in the Asia-Pacific region. The conflict not only reshaped trade dynamics, but also prompted other countries to reconsider their economic alliances and strategies. As both nations navigated this complex landscape, the trade war underscored the broader competition for global influence and economic supremacy. Global supply chain disruptions. The trade tensions between the United States and China significantly disrupted established global supply chains, which had been finely tuned over decades. Tariffs imposed by both nations led companies to reassess their sourcing strategies, as the increased costs of imported goods made it less viable to rely on traditional suppliers. This disruption forced many businesses to seek alternative sources for materials and components, often resulting in delays and increased production costs. In response to these trade policies, there was a noticeable shift in manufacturing locations. Companies began relocating production to countries like Vietnam, Mexico, and India, seeking to avoid tariffs and maintain competitive pricing. This shift not only altered the landscape of global manufacturing, but also created new economic opportunities in these emerging markets. The broader impact on global markets and economies was profound. As supply chains became more fragmented, the interconnectedness of economies was tested, leading to increased volatility in markets. Countries heavily reliant on exports to the U.S. and China faced economic uncertainty, while businesses worldwide grappled with the challenges of adapting to a rapidly changing trade environment. Ultimately, the trade tensions highlighted the vulnerabilities of global supply chains and the need for greater resilience in the face of geopolitical challenges. Future outlook. As we look ahead, the future of manufacturing relations between China and America is likely to be shaped by a combination of evolving trade policies and technological advancements. Depending on the outcomes of future elections, we may see a shift in trade policies that could either ease tensions or further entrench protectionist measures. A new administration might prioritize diplomacy and collaboration, seeking to establish more balanced trade agreements that benefit both nations. Technology will play a crucial role in reshaping the manufacturing landscape. Innovations such as automation, artificial intelligence, and advanced robotics are set to transform production processes, potentially reducing reliance on low-cost labor markets. This shift could lead to a resurgence of manufacturing in the U.S. as companies invest in smart factories and digital supply chains. The implications for global trade and economic stability are significant. As the U.S. and China navigate their complex relationship, other countries may seek to position themselves as alternative manufacturing hubs, creating a more diversified global supply chain. Ultimately, the interplay between trade policies, technological advancements, and geopolitical dynamics will determine the future trajectory of manufacturing relations and their impact on the global economy. In summary, Trump's manufacturing problem highlights the intricate relationship between the United States and China, marked by tariffs, trade policies, and shifting global dynamics. Key takeaways include the significant impact of tariffs on American industries, the mixed outcomes of job creation versus job losses, and the broader disruptions to global supply chains. As we explored, The future of manufacturing relations will depend on potential changes in trade policies, the role of technology, and the implications for global economic stability. It's essential for viewers to reflect on the importance of trade relations, as they not only affect domestic economies, but also shape the interconnectedness of global markets. Understanding these dynamics can help us navigate the complexities of international trade and its impact on our daily lives. If you found this discussion insightful, we invite you to subscribe to our channel for more content on economic issues and global affairs. Don't forget to like this video and share it with others who might be interested in learning more about the evolving landscape of manufacturing and trade. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video.